Okay, we're in Bryson City, North Carolina. We're about to get on the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad and take a little ride. Kind of noisy out here on the street. But, hey Terry, grab them. Come on.
Thank you.
Do a selfie.
Would you like us to take your picture?
No, ma'am, I can do it. Well,
Take my camera and like it. No, don't run off with it.
I will not.
There you go.
Alright. Okay, great, please. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Both ways, I love it. So you doing this?
Did you get yours?
He wants to do one.
well,
Why not?
okay.
You got 30.
Okay, let's do it.
The Great Smoky Mountain Railroad is a train that runs from Bryson City to Fontana Lake. It's about a 4.5 hour round trip. And we're going to ride in a dining car and hope to have a really good time. We're boarding the train. We're on the Catamount car.
We are on board.
Hello. How are you?
What's our seat number? What's our seat number?
24.
What's our seat number?
26, 27.
26? That was 24.
Where's the numbers?
They're right behind her.
Okay, that's
So you can't find them.
That's real convenient. Is it H or G? Okay, that's 17. I think they got coffee ready.
24, I think it's. Oh, yeah, we are. 24. Right here, Terry.
Yeah.
Can we sit on this side?
Hell no, that's my seat.
Are we here?
Yes, sir. Whatever you want to do.
I guess it matters. We go one way and we come back the other. You know? I don't think we go around.
Nope, we don't.
The vantage point will be pretty cool.
History of the area as we go along. Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna go about 44 miles round trip to Nantahala Gorge. We're gonna see beautiful Lake Fontana today. We'll see 3 major rivers that feed into it. I'll show you one of the oldest houses here in Swain County, and then we'll get to go about 6 miles up the Nantahala River, where we will get to see some whitewater raptors go down that section there. And those are just some of the highlights. Like I said, I'll be pointing things left and right. all day long, making sure you get those perfect photo opportunities, okay? And feel free to ask me any questions whatsoever as we go. I've worked here about 7-8 years now, so I know this route very well, and I am local too, so I'll be able to add some local stories, some local history as we go along. So feel free to ask me any questions whatsoever. I love answering, but I don't know it, I'll make it up, and hopefully you won't know the difference, all right? So I'll crack some jokes in there when I can, make y'all laugh a little bit today, but it's going to be a wonderful time here on board Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, all right? Now, I told you I'd be your server, so everyone already has those complimentary drink tumblers there in front of you. And like I said, those are your souvenirs to take home at the end of the day. Right now, they're filled with ice water. I just want to make sure you had something to drink as you boarded the train. But all day long, I do have the option for other complimentary beverages. I could do like Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, sweet, unsweet tea, water, lemonade, and coffee. Okay, so at any point, if you use drink refill, either just weigh me down or just simply take the top off the drink tumbler. Okay, if I see that, I'll need you drink refill, and I promise I'll get to you as fast as possible. Okay, so I'll be coming around here in a minute, see if you need anything to drink other than water, all right? Now, I told you I'd be your bartender, so I don't have a wide selection, but I do have a limited selection of beer, wine, cocktails, stuff like that. So if you're interested at any point, feel free to go ahead and scan those QR codes there at the windowsill, kind of give you a little idea of what we got going on, give you access to the menu. Obviously, you don't have to, but if you do order something off the menu, I'll run a tab for you. I'll close it out at the very end of the day, okay? I do accept cash or card at the very end, all right? So I'll be coming around here in a minute. See if you need anything, just wave me down, all right? Now, of course, this is first class. You will be receiving a meal today, whatever you pre-selected there. Our food runner is going to work very hard getting that to you. And as you see, we got a very full train today. We have 5 full first-class cars that they got to feed. We're actually the second one in line from the kitchen. So all that means is probably in about the first 30, 45 minutes or so, I would imagine to start seeing some of that food make its way in here, okay? Just to give everybody enough time to eat before the layover today, all right? Now, you will get about an hour layover today at the Nanahila Outdoor Center. It's like a whitewater rafting center, very well known in the area. I'll tell you all what there is to do a little later on in the trip today, okay? But we'll actually pass it initially on our way up into the gorge. It's at milepost 80. Like I said, we'll go up to milepost 86 today as well. Now, once we get to milepost 86, our halfway point, we actually have no way of turning our train around. So all that'll happen is we'll disconnect, or we'll stop, we'll disconnect our engines that are currently up front, and run along another railroad track that is up there, run around to the other end of the train, reconnect, and we'll be on our way back down on the same line, where we will stop at the Nanahila Outdoor Center on the way back, usually between about 1 to 2 o'clock is kind of the time frame we're shooting for y'all to get off the train, explore a little bit, and then we should be back here in Bryson City around 3:30 or so this afternoon. Okay, so that's a little timeline of the trip. I'll keep you updated all day long as we go, all right? Now, also on a pretty day like today, we'll actually be able to see some views of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, okay? Those blue mountains in the background looking across the lake there once we get to it. And on a really clear day like today, we'll actually be able to see the tallest point in the National Park, and that is Klingman's Dome, okay? 6,643 feet. It's only 41 feet shorter than Mount Mitchell, tallest mountain on the East Coast over there by Asheville. So assuming the clouds cooperate, which I think they will, we will be able to see that today, all right? So we'll have that to look forward to. But it's going to be a beautiful day nonetheless. These train cars are very old. Most of our first class cars actually date back to the 1940s, okay? And this one's actually a little newer, late 50s, early 60s. It was originally a CSX conference car, and we converted it to one of our first class cars. So yeah, it's definitely one of our nicer cars. But we do have some cars towards the rear of the train that date back to the 1920s. Okay, they have all wood interior. They have windows that open and close. They have heat but no AC. And at the layover today, feel free to walk through the entire train, check them all out. They're all a little different interior-wise. Okay, but yeah, this car late 50s, early 60s, so pretty cool. And also, if you're wondering how long we are today, like I said, we're a rather large train for a Wednesday. We have almost 600 people on board this train, and I think we have about 18 passenger cars long. So with our engines and everything, that makes us right at about 1/3 of a mile long, okay? And we'll go through a few curves today. We'll be able to see the entire train as we wrap around. Of course, I'll point that out to you as we go. Of course, these cars that you're passing on this side, we actually have another train excursion going today at 1 o'clock. It's our Tuckasegee River excursion, going in the opposite direction from Bryson City. They'll pull into the station and they'll leave the day at 1 o'clock, going that way to the town of Dillsboro. Beautiful farmland, beautiful countryside. Of course, the layover in the town of Dillsboro as well. And they'll be back later on this afternoon after we get back. All right, so yeah, we are running 2 trains right now, but yeah, you are on this gorge train, so I think you're gonna have a lot of fun as well. Now, is anyone celebrating a special occasion today? Any birthdays, anniversaries, anything in there? No? All right. Oh, we got one over here. Birthday over here, is that
I'm
right?
still alive.
Anniversary, how many years?
That's
37. All right, congratulations. Glad y'all could come. Yeah, absolutely. Glad y'all could come celebrate with us today. Now, I did birthdays, I did anniversaries. Anyone celebrating a divorce today? All right, we're not gonna ask there for you. I had a lady last week that was so happy I asked that question. But as you see, yeah, trains are a social occasion. Feel free to make new friends around you, talk amongst yourselves. I'm not gonna talk your ears off all day, but I'll come over every once in a while, tell you what you see and looking outside those windows, all right? Now, one more thing before I start working on drinks for you. So I told you I'd show you 3 rivers today. So of course we are looking at our first one right now on that left-hand side of travel, and that is the Tuckasegee River, okay? Tuckasegee, and that is a Cherokee word that means slow-moving like the turtle or home of the turtle in the Cherokee tongue. Because back when they settled here many thousands of years ago, they relied on the abundance of hardback turtles in the banks. They used the meat to survive, shells for tools, various other reasons. And this river is also very well known in the fly fishing community. Brown trout, rainbow trout, brook trout are the main ones that you'll find in this river right here. Now it's called Tuckasegee River, not Tuskegee River, but Tuckasegee. And this is a river we'll be following for just a little bit until we reach Lake Fontana. Okay, so other than that, guys, I think that's about it as far as my introduction goes. So at this time, I'm just going to be working my way throughout the car, see if you need anything to drink other than water. Okay, again, that's like Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke, sweet, unsweet tea, water, lemonade, and coffee. Okay, and again, my name is Jacob. I'll be taking care of you all day. So y'all just sit back, relax, enjoy. We're going to have a lot of fun today on board Great Smoky Mountains Railroad, our Nantahala Gorge excursion. Okay, guys? All right. Now, all of our train thrustles that we go across today are well over 100 years old. This one is as well. Now, don't worry about the integrity of the safety of this bridge. We do 2 safety tests a day on it. And this is our first one. All right, so I got to make you laugh a little bit today, but Tuckasegee River Train Thrustle coming up in just a second.
So, we're going to see some raptors today, too. I wonder if they're going to be tubers. That's what they
Geese out there are ducks.
That's a pretty. I got to try this.
Everybody, so I don't know exactly why we're going slow right now, but anyway, I told you I'd show you 3 rivers today. So we're actually looking at our second one right now. Now it is part of the lake, but if you're to follow that cove looking straight out about a few miles back, you would see where the Little Tennessee River actually comes in from the south to fill Lake Fontana. When it eventually exits Fontana Dam, it eventually becomes the Tennessee River. And from there it flows in the Ohio, and there the state, and there eventually the Mississippi. Okay, but it'll open up in just a second once we get to it. But there on the left, that is where the Little Tennessee River comes in from the south to fill Lake Fontana. Okay.
There was a lot of disagreement.
Can't see out the window.
But yeah, here in a second, you basically are starting to see where the river feeds in from this direction. But yeah, like the conductor was just saying, we are here in the Nantahala Outdoor Center. Okay, this will be where your layover will be today. But like I said, we'll come back to this location a little later on this afternoon, around 1 o'clock or so. Okay, so yeah, we'll come back. As you see, there's a small little nature trail going down by the river right here. All right.
Down by the river.
And then there's actually a little creek feeding the river on that left-hand side. And when the lake goes down, then it's actually known as Lesser Wesser Falls coming into the river, this little creek. Like I said, it's just when the lake's up, it kind of disappears. So that was usually the Lesser Wesser Falls right there.
Lesser Falls.
Big Al's, yeah, we have a little food truck too for our people off the train as well. Now, also, you're about to see Big Wesser Falls. This is about to be a Class 4, sometimes a Class 5 whitewater rafting rapid. Only pros are allowed to go down this right here. The General Outdoor Center doesn't go down this rapid right here. All right, passing right now. Now, don't worry if you didn't get a picture of it. This car will literally be parked right next to that rapid today at the layover. You literally have to walk past it to get to the layover. But yeah, this is the Nantahala Outdoor Center, home of the 2013 World Kayaking Freestyle Championships. They actually held that here, and a lot of pros and Team USA members who actually come train in these gates, these larger rapids that you'll see in this advanced section by the outfitter store on this left-hand side. This is a very well-known whitewater rafting center. People come from all over the world to go whitewater rafting on this river. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. If you ever get a chance to do it, this river is actually considered a beginner whitewater rafting river. Okay, so if you were to do the whitewater rafting section, you would essentially do everything from this point right here up about 8 miles. It would bust you up. It takes about 2.5 hours to raft all the way down. And you can get out right at one of these concrete beaches that we'll pass here in just a minute. But yeah, basically everything from this point up is everything you would do if you did the whitewater rafting excursion. And we'll see about 6 to 8 miles of that today on board this train. All right, but we will come back to this center later on around 1 o'clock or so this afternoon.
That Coy River between Chattanooga and
Now, coming up in the river right now is the largest rapid you would do if you did the whitewater rafting excursion. This is about to be Nanahela Falls. This is a class 2, sometimes a class 3 rapid. Today it probably is a class 2. And they usually take your picture as you go down, but that's the largest rapid you would do. Yeah, they just went down right there if you did the whitewater rafting excursion. So pretty cool. And yeah, we should start to see a lot of whitewater rafters from this point up, all right?
You can see it.
Now, I'm just going to rattle off a bunch of facts about this river right here, and I'll let you get back to enjoying it as well. So, of course, this is the Nanahela River. Now, the word Nanahela itself is actually a Cherokee word, and that means land of the noonday sun. Okay, because the gorge walls are so high in most places that the only time this river sees direct sunlight is in the noon hour. Now, this is a dam-controlled river. It comes from Lake Nanahela, a lake 3,000 feet in elevation, about 15 miles from here. And basically, every morning, they cut this river on and off for recreational use. Okay, this is what it looks like for the full strength of the rafting. And this more applies in the fall and spring, not so much in the summertime. It's pretty much going 24/7. But if you're to come here early in the morning before the water makes its way down, this water is about a half or a third the size that you see right now. You can easily walk across this river in the morning before it makes its way down from that dam release. They do this every single day for the rafting. Now, because it comes from the bottom of that dam, Lake Nanahela, very cold lake, top of the mountain, the only time this river sees direct sunlight is this 15-mile run until it reaches Lake Fontana. Even in the summertime, the max temp you'll ever see this water is about 48 to 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, very cold water there. Feel free to dip your toes in at the layover. See how cold it is, all right? Now, this river also holds the state record for the largest brown trout ever caught in the state of North Carolina. It's caught up by that power plant at the base of the dam. We suck all this water out every morning. Brown trout state record, 24 pounds, 10 ounces. Okay, that is a big fish state record. Caught back in 1998, still holds to this day. But those are the fun facts just to get you started. I'll give you some more in a little bit as we make our way up the river gorge. But yeah, we should start to see as we're going along. I actually like to shout out a few movies that are actually filmed and related to this area and this train. So of course the big one we always talk about is the movie The Fugitive, starring Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, right in the mid-90s. Remember the scene at the start of the movie where the train wrecks and Harrison Ford escapes? That was a real train wreck. And to do it in one take, it cost them several $1 million to do it. If you ever come back and ride our Tuckasegee River excursion, our other route, just going in the opposite direction from Bryson City, right before you get to the town of Dillsboro there, on the right-hand side is the wreckage from that movie. Okay, you got the 2 diesel locomotives that are still sitting there to this day, as well as the buses crumpled up in front of it that say Illinois Department of Corrections. All right, so as you know, we are not in the state of Illinois. Okay, and then remember the scene right after that when he's now on the run, and he steals an ambulance from the hospital. He steals that from Pierce Regional Hospital in Silva, North Carolina, next town over, my hometown. And he's actually driving the ambulance. There's a scene you can look real close to where there's 2 train arms that are coming down. He drives right in between it. If you look real close to the red caboose to be seen in the background, that is downtown Bryson City, Everett Street right there. Okay, and then one more scene in that movie when he's running from Tommy Lee Jones and he jumps off the dam. Most people think that's the Fontana Dam. That's actually incorrect. That is the Chiowa Dam, about 10 minutes downstream from the Fontana Dam, right there at the North Carolina-Tennessee state line, and basically right there at the start of the Tail of the Dragon. Okay, so the first like 30 minutes or so of that movie was filmed around here, so pretty cool. Now, a few other lesser-known movies. Forces of Nature, Sandra Bullock. There's a scene in that movie where she jumps off our Fontana Lake train trestle into the lake, okay? And then also Walk in the Woods, famous movie about walking the Appalachian Trail. Of course, he walked across Fontana Dam in that movie, as the Appalachian Trail does come across it as well. 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, coming to a movie, but there's an explosion used in downtown Silva next town over, as well as our train is seen a few background shots of that movie.